What is up, all of you awesome and amazing people on YouTube? The old Coot here, coming at you with another exciting video. Today I'm featuring the Cutluxe line of products. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all how to slice up some tri-tip to make some beautiful tri-tip or steak sandwiches. So if you saw the video just prior to this one, I kind of mentioned how to sharpen the steel and all that. Basically, just to quickly recap, is it's always a good idea to have some kind of like a paper towel on hand that you've moistened a little bit with a little bit of water. Just moist is fine. It doesn't need to be more than that. But what you want to do is before you sharpen your steel, just kind of take it, just give it a quick wipe to kind of wipe off any metal shavings that might be on there from the previous time or whatever. But also too, you're just barely trying to moisten that honing rod. That gives you a more sharper edge, better performance when you are sharpening with the honing rod. And then you want to kind of do the same thing with your carving knife as well. So again, this is the Cutluxe carving knife. High carbon German steel, very respected within the industry. Super extremely sharp, even just without sharpening every time I use it. But what you want to do is just basically take your knife, and you're not trying to cut the paper, you're just trying to pull against that sharp edge just to clean it and basically moisten it, just slightly moisten it between your honings or whatever. But what you want to do basically, let me move this out of the way so I don't get any sharp. You can do this over the sink, you could do this over the trash can or whatever. But what you're trying to do is 45-degree angle, right? So I'm a 45-degree angle this way, and I'm also going to pull at a 45-degree angle. I'm just basically pulling from the back of the knife all the way to the front, just in one nice motion like this. I would say maybe 5 times per side is enough. I'm not putting any pressure. I'm not trying to force the knife into the honing steel. I'm basically just light pressure, just kind of giving it just a quick little sharpen. And obviously it's hard doing this on camera, but in person, once you start mastering this and you start getting used to it, you'll kind of see. So I'm at a 45-degree angle, as you can see, like this way, right? And I'm also pulling at a 40, like the knife itself is pulling at a 45-degree angle with the honing steel. If you feel more comfortable doing it this way, right, that's totally fine. As you can see here, turn your knife in about 45 degrees or so, and as you pull, try to tilt your knife up, right? So you're tilting your knife up so that your knife is at a 45-degree angle, and basically back of the heel of the knife, the sharp edge, try to just pull straight down. So you're doing this kind of thing. And the same thing on this side, I'm just pulling and sharpening. Once you're done sharpening, and you don't have to do this every single time. I usually do this maybe every 5 or 6 times using this particular blade. But what I want to do is I want to do that same thing where I'm not cutting the paper. I just want to pull that edge through on that moistened paper towel. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll get a fresh, clean side of the moistened towel just to kind of clean it, make sure there's no metal shavings in there, etc. Same thing, I'm just going to pull, and like I said, I'm just trying to clean that edge, because obviously we just sharpened it. There may be some metal shavings in there. You kind of get the idea that you just want to kind of clean off. And ideally, it'd be nice if you did this like over the sink or over a trash can or whatever. So anyways, here is my tri-tip. I cooked it to a perfect, that's medium rare to me. That's a beautiful medium rare. What I did was I stuck it in the fridge for about 6 to 8 hours, just so it could get cold, so that the slicing is a little easier and you could get more super thin paper cuts. So paper thin cuts, I should say. So what I want to do here is I want to take my hand, curve my fingertips underneath, kind of like this, like a little claw, so that as the blade rests against my fingertips, I'm never going to go above the knuckle. Don't ever do that, or you might slice through your knuckle. But basically, you just want to kind of use the spine of the blade, which is this part right here, the back part of the blade. You want to use the spine to kind of rest against your knuckle. And if you can see there on camera, see the distance between my fingertips and the actual cutting edge, so that you're using your fingertips to kind of act as like a certain angle to create that angle to get a better slice. But at the same time, you're using your fingertips obviously to hold whatever it is that you're holding. Try to make sure you get a good cutting board that isn't going to move around on you. That's also very important. And make sure that when you do put your meat down, your cutting board is clean and you get the idea. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create like a little bit of a 45-degree angle. So kind of in real time, it would look something like this, where if this was 90 degrees, I'm kind of at a 45, and I'm going to slice and pull rather than pushing down. If you push down, the edge might wobble and flip and cut your finger. So be extremely careful. If you don't feel comfortable using your bare hand to do this, there are a number of companies that make mesh stainless steel gloves that are designed for this exact reason so that you don't cut your finger. I believe Kago is one of those companies. I'll put a link down below in the description. I'll also put a link to this beautiful Cutluxe cutlery and honing steels and the other stuff that they make, just so you can kind of see what's out there, and then you can make a more informed decision on your own. But going ahead with this process, what I'm basically going to do is starting with the heel of the knife, which is the back end of the knife. I'm just going to put it down and basically just 45, remember, so 45-degree angle. Make sure you're at a 45 and just literally just pull straight through and down. So I'm pulling straight through and I'm letting the knife go down on its own. And look at how paper thin. Let's see if I can get this on camera. Look at how, I mean, you could almost barely see through this, but super paper thin. Obviously, I've been practicing and doing this a few times, but same kind of vibe here. I'm pulling towards me, pull, and I'm letting the knife do the work. I'm not forcing the knife down. I'm just pulling towards me. So again, resting the the spine of the knife against my knuckle as like an angle guide. See that perfect angle guide? So this goes down on the meat, holding it firmly, and then basically just pulling straight through. And sometimes you do that when you're trying to cut really thin, but you can cut this as thin or thick as you want to. I'm just showing you all the quality of this high carbon German steel and how thin you can get your slices. But if you want to, if you want to go ahead and cut like a thick chunk of meat, you can do that too. Even this is, I would say, about 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe between like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch thick. So you can go as thick or thin as you want to. Turkey, roast pork, roast beef, any, whatever you want to cut, chicken, you name it. Anyways, with that being said, I hope someone out there gets something out of this video. I am the old coot. I will put links to whatever you're seeing, most of the stuff that you're seeing here. Like I said, Cutluxe was really the featured product in this video. Great set of tools. By the way, they're steak knives, which is what this is, set of 4 steak knives. If I went ahead and tried to cut some of this meat right here, you can see how easy this is. So this was the thicker piece of meat. Just fork, steak knife down, boom, straight through. Fork, straight knife down, straight through. And obviously this is a thinner cut of meat. Let's say I wanted to go for the gold here and just cut off a chunk here. I'm just going to show you how sharp these knives are straight from the box. Boom, straight through. Look at how easy that is. And if I do it again here, boom, straight through, just pulling towards me to let the knife do most of the slicing. Anyways, I hope this video does help someone out there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down there below. I will put links to these products. Great customer service. Each kit that they have, I believe, comes with like a review card if you want to go ahead and submit a review. You do also get a little bit of a catalog here, brochure, maintenance, care, regular, there's the honing steel as mentioned. They do come in different sets and kits and that kind of stuff, and there's a little bit of a preview of what's available, so make sure to check that out. You also do get a lens cleaner, like for your glasses if you want to go ahead and clean those, and then you also get, there you go, free VIP. There's like a QR code on the back you can scan, etc. But great set of products. So this is their carving knife. These are part of the steak knife set, which is there. And then the honing steel, the 10-inch honing steel is obviously there. I'll put links to all the stuff down there below. Make sure to check that out. I'm the old coot. I'm about to enjoy a beautiful steak sandwich. And I will catch you all on the next exciting video.